Hey family, how you guys doing? Welcome to Phie.Love Intuitive Conversations. I hope that you guys are good. Yeah? If you like my content, please do like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, if there's any negativity, if there's any hate, just keep it on your side. Keep it on your side of the street, okay? Won't be acknowledged. So, family, I definitely don't think it'll be a long one today, okay? Anyway, I'm being guided by Spirit in this video to get into the topic around us taking a little bit of time to really consider for ourselves, step out of our focused consideration of only this physical experience and just try for a moment or four to step out of the linear way of thinking, right? And consider, what kind of timeline could you be existing on? What do you mean, Phie? If you look at your life in its entirety and you take, a higher perspective on the kinds of people you have yourself attached to, and how how the lives of people you're attached to is generally projected to play out. That's your timeline, or something, a variant, very close variant to a timeline that you're existing on, right? And so when you think about that, are you on a timeline that is aligned with danger that could meet you to an untimely? Was it really untimely? Again, it's one of those things depending on your school of thought, but I'll just say it. That could, end in an untimely unsettling way of exiting this realm. Or do you see yourself on a timeline that is moving in the direction of prosperity, moving in the direction of abundance, moving in the direction of personal growth, moving in the direction of high vibrational relationships and experiences? Are you on a timeline that is aligned with the experience of slavery? Are you on a timeline that is aligned with the experience of broken homes? A timeline that is aligned with somebody who lives from the place of their hurt and their anger and their attachment to their past and their experiences? Are you on a timeline of we have the baby mama, baby daddy timeline, where you can be somebody who is has a portion of their lives aligned to the timeline of having to live through the experience of single parenthood, or having to deal with a difficult single parent, because that timeline and that frequency aligns with the kinds of people and frequency that you have attached to you. All of that has an impact on the kind of timeline that you find yourself aligning yourself to. And many times, because of not really taking the time to go within and considering what it is in the different facets of our existence that we're aligned to, many people find themselves at an early age aligned to and attached to experiences that have been seeded into the frequency and conscience of the people that, you know, the system has done through TV and through building stories into the, okay, I might be going a little too far and deep right now, but let me say it anyway. Building stories and the energy of those stories through visualization, or taking the issues of people in society and amplifying them in different ways for people to reproduce those experiences and those timelines in their physical world and keep themselves bound. I know it might sound a little bit woo-woo and ungrounded what I'm saying, but it's a real thing. Okay, again, it's one of those things where either you know and you can understand and perceive it, or maybe you're not ready to connect with the information on that level, and that's also okay. We all have our time, right? So other people may have found themselves aligned to a timeline in an early age of crime and all those things, and sealed their fate with having the rest of their lifetimes bound, you know, to a correctional facility. So when you take the time to just think and ponder, where in the different facets, like, what are you aligning to in the different facets of your life? What timeline is your love life aligned to? What timeline is your professional world aligned to? What are you existing in your world that is manifesting different, or placing you into different areas and different timelines of either a higher vibrational nature or a lower vibrational nature? Where is your timeline aligned to the different aspects of society that the system has created, as opposed to being aligned to what it is that your soul would like you to live out and align to? Where are you opposing your soul? Where are you opposing yourself, moving and aligning to your highest timeline? I hope what I'm saying is making sense. Where are the things that you're attached to, the things that you're afraid to let go of, the perspectives and ideas that you hold on to, opposing you moving into a higher timeline and in a higher experience for yourself and your soul that is available to you, but you can't align yourself to a different timeline, wanting to still hold on to different aspects of timelines that you're currently existing on, or timelines that you previously existed on. Your soul could be over here, existing on a timeline over here, and right now you're over here. Or your soul could want to resonate, could be resonating on this timeline over here, but you and your physical experience and your personality aspects and your ego aspect are still very attached to the timeline that is existing over here, right? So you might be attached to, you know, different ways of being, ways of thinking, different people, places, and things, old frequencies. You know, you're trying to move forward, but you're still somehow energetically tied to aspects of older timelines, or even people. You know, you can have your how am I going to explain this? You can literally have portions of yourself leaning into a new timeline, but unable to actually fully exist in that timeline because you have cords and energetic tentacles still that you haven't released or are afraid to let go of, that are still attached to older timelines, people who exist in a different and older experience. It's like people who who um who move up in tax brackets, right? The moment you move up in a tax bracket, you have people have a tendency to move into a different experience that maybe the people who haven't, had the opportunity to move into a tax bracket that you've been able to move into, are not able to perceive a certain experience. But you might find yourself maybe in your new tax bracket still having the lower vibrational experiences, because you'll be experiencing a higher way of a more comfortable way of living, but still having the stresses and the energy attached to yourself of a lower experience that you've partially left behind. But because you're afraid of letting go, you're afraid of recognizing that being able to fully exist in an experience something different and new will require you to completely sever ties. I know that that's very drastic, but it's what they're saying. Sorry, I'm caught. They're saying it's what's required. I get that, but I also understand that with the attachments we have and with fears that we have, and we have family, and there's a lot of things that we go through because of the state of being that many people find themselves in, that is not very aware of these kind of higher dimensional concepts and realities, right? That it's not that simple. We're not saying it's not possible. It's definitely possible, but it's not the simplest thing to just say, okay, I want to be in a higher timeline, so I'm gonna completely just cut off. I have a kid here and I have a baby mama. I can't just cut them off. I have a kid here and I have a baby daddy. My baby daddy, my baby mama might be the fucking baby mama and baby daddy or baby daddy from hell, but to some degree I'm still attached to them because I was a part of that old timeline once upon a time. So your challenge and your point of growth for your soul to be able to maintain the peace and grounding in a higher timeline is for you to also evolve and go through the soul experience of learning how to manage your boundaries. Okay, this is why we can't judge anybody on the outside of us. We'll never ever know where it is and what level of spiritual development and soul growth that they're at. They can be experts in one specific area of spiritual growth, but still dealing with something that you've probably surpassed and left behind a long time ago. So again, it's one of those things where we need to find the balance, right? But at the same time be aware of, because where we're aware, we can make the changes. Where we're aware, we can then clearly decide which aspects of ourselves we're able to gradually move into a higher timeline and something for our highest good, and what of the timeline that we're experiencing currently right now, or aspects of past timelines that we still have attached to us from our past, we can let go of. Even perspectives, traditional and religious beliefs, old ways of family thinking, there's a lot of things that we can have ourselves attached to that can be limiting and hindering us from actually moving into a higher experience, when really it's just a single decision away. It's just a single movement away. It's a single boundary that might need to be dropped, or a single boundary that might need to be put up to help you step into a new experience, a new way, something that is healthy for you, something that encourages your growth, something that cultivates your peace, something that might be better for your children. Making a decision to leave an environment, making a decision to, lay to rest an old group of people, a way of being. There's many things under the sun and under the moon that we can think of, right? It's all aligned to each one's individual experience, and you taking, the initiative to decide what is best for you and what is best aligned for you to your higher experience, and not of those around you, because everybody's going to expect you to do what keeps them in balance and keeps their equilibrium going, right? Regardless of whether it's to your benefit or your detriment. Your soul experience, your soul growth, your experience, the timeline you experience, the story you align to play out in your life, and what variables and energies and aspects of current timelines and old timelines that you have present, that you embody as well. All of those things that you have influencing you and influencing your decisions, consciously or unconsciously, play a role. So, where are you opposing your soul? Where are you finding yourself every now and then, in places of frustration, where, the back of your mind, man, I just need this out of my life. Damn, I need to let this go. I need to let this person go. I need to change this habit. I need to do this. I need to do that. And you find yourself in anxiety and frustration because on a soul level, you're frustrated. Your soul wants to ascend. Your soul wants to exist in a different place and space. But your attachment to old timelines, old people, old places, old things, old ways of thinking and being is keeping you in friction, is keeping you tied down, is keeping you anchored. And the only person who can change it is you. The only person who can, recognize and see the truth, be courageous enough to take a step, make a decision, and be willing to, take a leap of faith and open to experiencing what might be new on the other side of a decision. It's all on you. It's up to you, in your hands, always. But fear, the frequency and the energy and projection of fear and attachment and people who are dependent on you and your energy and attached to you and your energy, projecting onto you and your energy. Again, like in the other videos we've said, they mesh with your energy. You're not even able to tell the difference anymore between your energy and the next person's. You as an individual might have, released something, but because, again, no energetic boundaries, you're embodying the energy of somebody else who's projecting onto you and thinking that their need to be attached to you is your need to be attached to them. Be aware. It's all part of our soul experience and learning and growth, right? Releasing and letting go and elevating to the new perspective and the new experience, and aligning to the timeline that is best aligned for where our soul is currently residing, and not getting comfortable in the stress and friction and everything else that comes with the misalignment of us existing here in this physical, frustrating, heavy timeline, and the soul wanting to be over here. We need to allow ourselves to process and catch up, right? It's a very one of those multifaceted and multi-layered topics that I guess I will again get into from a different perspective in the future. but I really tried to just be basic about it in this video, and hopefully it's just giving you something small to ponder and think about, and see where, you know, what kind of timelines it is that you're residing in, and when you go within and think about what you wish to, or whatever your soul, your higher self projects and imprints onto you to move towards and aspire to, because generally that experience is the experience where your soul would like to, you know, resonate and reside at and reside with. But we're over here just worrying about these people and the physical experience, and staying within the lines that society has set for us, right? And the system as well has created and set for us, and programmed us to feel off and wrong and excluded if we choose to move and exist out of those lines. Yes. Anyway, family, let me pull a card or two. Today I will pull from our Sonia Chuket, the Trust Your Vibes deck. Excuse me. And see what Spirit has to support our conversation, or give someone who's watching the video a nudge in a specific direction, right? And please have one card, Spirit. Thank you. Take your time. Yes, take your time. Okay. It's not anything that needs to be rushed. Again, like I've said before, you've been programmed to believe that you're running out of time. You have time. Okay. The soul changes require time. They're not things that just happen overnight. You make a decision, you need time to settle, and for your soul to settle into that new way and that energy, and for you to train a new energy in based off of the decision that you've made, right? So even if you elevate, you have to get used to the new ground. If you take a step and if you take a leap of faith into something different, you need to acclimate. Everything needs a bit of acclimation. So don't rush your decisions. Don't make changes. Don't be hard on yourself, and don't make changes that your physical and that your mind won't be able to process. Baby steps. Okay, let's see what the book has to say. Number 43. Take your time. Slow down and take your time. There's no rush right now to make decisions. You can't feel your vibes, let alone trust them. If you're overbooked, juggling too many things at one time, constantly playing catch up, or racing around like crazy. Being that hurried will not only dim your awareness to nothing more than a whirling grey fog of confusion, but you'll also miss the subtle, intuitive guidance of your soul. The pace you're keeping is caused by the fear that there isn't enough time left. So cool it. When it comes to the soul, there's enough for everyone and everything, including time. You're being guided to allow time to work in your favor. That's nice. Go with the flow, folks. Go with the flow. Let's see what the Miracle Cards have to say by Marianne Williamson. Let's see what Spirit has here to support us for our conversation, or give someone who's watching a nudge in a specific direction. Okay? May I just have one card, please, Spirit? Thank you. Generosity. this came out in one of the older videos as well, where I said giving your soul time and being patient is a gift as well to your soul, right? The card says, our generosity towards others is key to our positive experiences in the world. Know that there's enough room for everyone to be passionate, creative, and successful. In fact, there's more than room for everyone. There's a need for everyone. Right? That's nice. So, yeah, take some time to think about what kind of timeline it is that you're existing on. What storyline are you existing on? And never ever think that you are eternally bound to that story. Little changes and gaining a bit of, moving into a space of awareness and willing to make inner and outer changes in good time when you feel led to, will get you a long way. A lot of the time, what may feel like a long time in hindsight tends to always, not be such a long time, right? So, yeah, I'll see you in the next video, family, okay? If you've come this far, like, share, subscribe. Yeah, I'll see you. Bye.